I'm JT Burcham. Welcome to People and Projects. So nice to have you along today. Today, an interesting person, author, speaker, divorce specialist. Oh boy, that's not a good title there. Let me back up. Welcome, Bill Koontz. How are you today, sir?
I'm great, JT.
Um, what do we normally call you? You are a divorce support, though. You help people get beyond divorce. You help them find healing and hope and refreshing refreshment. So um, uh, I'm going to call you a divorce therapist.
You can just call me the director of Divorce and Beyond.
There we go. Thank you. All right.
Pastor. Yeah, author
I,
and director of Divorce and Beyond.
I do see pastor and obviously author. We're talking about a book you've recently written, Divorce and Beyond, which sounds like it's sort of a manual to help people through some of the dark days of divorce. You also have a seminar series, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, the book. How did the book come around?
Yeah. Well, we've been around as an organization for over 30 years, over 35, 33 years, I guess it is. And we've had over 5,000 people attend our seminar and our support groups. And so, as you can tell, or as you can imagine, we've just had stories and stories and stories of people's journeys through divorce. And I was first approached about, gosh, Bill, you ought to write a book 25 years ago. And I was like, no, I'm not going to be writing a book. I'm not an author. And it was finally about 5 years ago that someone convinced me that it was time to write a book. So that's how the book came into being. It wasn't something that I set out to do. It was something really that I was drug into and convinced to do. And then when I asked my two co-authors, Paulette and Dan, and they both said yes, then I was committed, And so we started on that journey about 3 years ago, and here we are.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about your co-authors. Now, are they part of the seminar program? They help folks just like you, yes?
Yes, that's correct. So the way we're organized, we have a leadership team, and then we have a seminar team. And Dan and Paulette have both been a part of the seminar team for many years. And so that's why I asked them to be co-authors, because their story and the stories they've heard and talked with people about are just critical to helping people find relevancy in what they're going through. It's not just my story. It's not just Paulette or Dan's stories. We have over 30 stories in the book. And we do that by intention, because every divorce is different. There are no two divorces that are the same. It's I compare it to a car wreck. No two car wrecks are the same. And the same thing with divorce. So it's important that there be a number of perspectives and stories that are included in a book like this. And so that's it. And then, we have obviously over the years identified some key points along the recovery journey. And that's how we've titled our chapters. In fact, the chapters and the seminar share the same themes. The book goes into a lot more detail than we can go in the seminar, but they share the same themes. So they're meant to go hand in hand.
Yeah, nice. Well, here we are starting off 2026, and folks might want to be starting the year finding hope and finding their beyond after a divorce. Talk real quick about the seminars. You have one coming up.
Yes. One coming up January 24th. We do one every January because January and June are the 2 months where people file for divorce the most frequently.
How?
And it's like, we'll survive the holidays, and then, we need to move on. So January 24th is the next seminar. It's going to be at the Vineyard Community Church in Springdale. And you can go on our website and register for the seminar there. So it's an all-day deal, and we cover topics like, we start with, why is divorce so hard? Why are we here? It's super hard. Talk about the crisis cycle. We talk about loneliness. We talk about forgiveness. We talk about, what does Scripture have to say about divorce and remarriage? And we talk about new lifestyle. We talk about regaining your sense of self-esteem. So there's a lot of critical topics that we touch on in the seminar as well as in the book.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you a trick question here, but not everyone is going to be able to attend the seminar. What does make divorce so hard? What nuggets can you give someone today who's struggling through, might not be able to? Obviously, they can get the book. We'll tell them how to get the book in a little bit.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest hurdles you hear a lot of?
Yeah, and before I answer that, let me also say that another resource we have is an online course. So it's an 11-session video-driven course that is designed for people who can't attend a seminar because of geographic reasons or timing or whatever. And so they can get the same impact through the course that we've designed. And that course, again, is available on our website, divorceandbeyond.org. So let's go back to your question. Remind me what it was again.
Well, I mean, for someone who just might not be able to, for whatever reason, be able to make it to a seminar, what are some of the biggest bullet points that you can give them today to maybe help them through? Is there a couple big nuggets you can share?
Yeah. So I think what you asked before was, why is divorce so hard? Tell us about that.
Yes.
And so particularly for the people in your audience, people who are probably people of faith, I find that divorce is even more difficult for them. And the reason for that is because it started with a wedding. And that wedding took place likely in a church, likely in front of family and friends, and a recognition of God's place in the marriage, and exchanging vows to one another of lifelong commitment. And so when those vows break, when that marriage fails, it is extremely painful and extremely difficult. So that's why divorce is so hard. When we talk about the 3 C's of marriage in that first chapter, that of covenant, companionship, and consummation. And typically in a divorce, at least one, and it's usually 2 or 3 of those have been violated. And when that happens, to a relationship that God designed to last forever, that's going to be really hard.
Yeah. Good point. Now, talk a little bit about the seminar. Someone maybe can get it on their schedule and they can come. What should they expect? What do they need to come prepared for to the seminar January 24th in the spring? I think you said Springdale area.
Yes, at the Vineyard Community Church in Springdale.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we get most common reaction from people who come to the seminar is, wow, I am not alone.
Oh.
People going through divorce, loneliness is one of the most prevalent feelings. And when they go through it, it's, hey, JT, can we pause for a minute?
Yes.
Please. I got a buck right outside my window. So one of the biggest reactions we get from people who come to the seminar is, wow, I am not alone. Loneliness is a prevalent feeling among people that are going through divorce. And when they come to the seminar and they see literally dozens of other people there who then are struggling with some of the same kinds of issues that they are, there's just such a relief when walking in and seeing, wow, I am not alone. And then we have people sit at gender-specific tables, just 3 or 4 people to a table. And we don't force people to share. But we give opportunities for people to share at first just small nuggets about their experience. And then if they want to share more later on in the seminar, there's opportunity for that. So people, the biggest response is, wow, I'm not alone. And there's other people here that really get me.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Finding hope, healing, and growth. It must be kind of neat to think you've spent 30 years helping people do that. Um, any great success stories? I know you can't share individual, but I'm sure you have so many folks who have come to seminars, maybe even recently read the book and been challenged and encouraged.
Yeah. So just a couple of quick ones. Probably the most one that stands out in my mind the most is a guy who came to our seminar, and he told us after the seminar that he had planned on committing suicide that day.
Oh.
And he remembered about the seminar. He decided, well, I'm going to try one last thing. He came to the seminar, and now he's still living and thriving after his divorce. We've had people go through it, that are pastors who felt like their lives were shattered and never could be recovered, and only to put their, as they go through the healing and begin to accept God's grace for them, they find other places where they can serve. And so, that's really instrumental. Just time after time, story after story, every single seminar, we do feedback sheets at the end of the day. And every single time we get multiple feedback sheets with, wow, this was so valuable. This was so helpful. This was transformational. I learned more today than I have in the last 4 years, about divorce and recovering from it. So those are just a few of the stories. And there are more stories on our website if you'd like to see them.
Yeah, excellent. Excellent. If you've just tuned in, we're running out of time quickly, talking with Bill Koontz, author, speaker, and doing a seminar January 24th. One more time, how do folks get involved with that? That's divorceandbeyond.org.
That's
I think
correct.
is where they can get all that information. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, it's all there. Just push on the button and you can get to the registration page.
All right.
So
30 seconds.
We have also one of the parts of the seminar that people enjoy is that we have workshops in the afternoon that they can take on specific topics that they find to be pertinent to themselves as well.
Yeah. All right. 30 seconds. If someone is right on the verge of maybe coming or maybe not, what would you say to them to say this could help you?
We've had people come to the seminar that have been divorced for a month and as long as 20 years. And literally the vast, vast majority of them say this was such a valuable experience. I had planned on walking out at the first break if I didn't like it, or at lunch, and I stayed the whole day, and I'm so glad I did.
Divorceandbeyond.org. Bill, thank you so much for sharing your time today, and thank you for your ministry, helping us find hope and healing after divorce. We appreciate it very much.
And one thing about the book is available at all the major booksellers in all 4 formats, hard copy, paperback, electronic, and audio. So you should be able to find it pretty easily and in the format you would prefer. So,
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Have a good one. Have a great 2026.
Thanks, JT. You too. Appreciate it.